2011 group, you were head coach of, won 2 leagues and 2 cups this season, which is a stunning achievement. Please explain to the viewers how your group, as well as other groups in the academy, have had so much football to play.
Yeah, I suppose it's a commitment that the academy head director Shamrock has put into the club and each individual group, that every team plays or trains at least 3 times a week and plays at least once or twice at a weekend. So the kids will be playing up here 5 days a week constantly, and they breed football, they love football, and it's just a standard that the Shamrock Rovers has set over the last few years.
From my own watching of the boys on a regular basis, the difference in the years not obvious on the pitch. Would it be fair to say that A, the players don't show any nerves or fear when getting ready to play an older age group, and B, their undoubted skills are a huge advantage to them?
Yeah, they don't seem to feel nerves against older teams. They are a slight disadvantage physically and speed, especially in the 13 league. It's quite competitive. But if they're technically as good, if not better, than the team they're playing, that does normally cancel out the physical ability or just extra strength they might have at the older age group. But because of the technique at Rovers, they seem to be able to adapt quite well at the older age group. They would have played, I suppose, international teams as well and Northern Ireland teams, so nerves, etc. is probably a part of the game that they learn to deal with. So they wouldn't feel inferior playing a year up.
And your team played Benfica in a prestigious friendly here at Roadstone recently, and they, along with the other SRFC academy teams, have travelled abroad to play teams also. Is there anything in particular that they learn against playing against such teams?
Yeah, it's great playing the international teams because we probably play similar style of football, but the philosophy might be slightly different. So we can see with different countries, especially the Mediterranean countries, that it's not all about winning, it's about development, it's about keep on playing the same way. Our kids will be used to teams sitting back at a low press, but against the Mediterranean teams it'll be a high press. So it's a different style of opposition, but I think we play very similar to the Mediterranean and foreign countries. So the kids really enjoy playing and are on par with them.
Now, young players these days have the best of facilities and coaches, certainly here at the SRFC Academy and some of the other League of Ireland clubs. But remembering how it was for you when you were their age, do you think they're more knowledgeable about the game itself?
Yeah, they're much more knowledgeable of the game. I think technology, computer games, football games, they know all about tactics, they know all about formations. The way they get trained is totally different than what we would have known about the fitness side of it, but not the technique and the tactics. And also there's an overall mental strength as well. So definitely there's a much better awareness now for all age groups, and the kids as young as 6 and 7 understand tactics very well.
As you say there previously, the group won 2 leagues and 2 cups. On the night they beat Crumlin to win the under-13 league, I loved when one of the first things I heard one of the players ask you was, when is our next game? To which you replied that the season was now over. It was like they expected to be able to go out every week throughout the year. Do you find this with them?
Yeah, they want to play every day. So as I said, they're up here 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week. Some of them have siblings up here, so they could be here 7 days a week. They don't want a break, they want to play football all day. So I wanted a break, I think the other coaches wanted a break, but they didn't. But we took 1 weekend off last week, and now we're in a tournament this weekend, and then every Saturday in the summer now they have matches against Northern Ireland teams and other teams. So they're not taking a break, they don't want to take a break, but I think that's the standards we have up here.
So I've been involved in the academy with the 2010 group since 2018, so November 2018, so coming on about 5 years. I came in to help the then manager, and then he had to step back, so I became the head coach then of the group. So
has it been the same group that you've been working with since you came in?
Yeah, it's been the same group. I think of the group that when I first came in under 9s, to the group we have now, there's about 10 players still there of the 16 that we have within the group at the minute, so it's majority of the same group.
Most of the players were here when you came in, are still here in that group?
Yeah, the vast majority are, yeah.
So you must have seen some great progress with them in that time.
Yeah, it's crazy, like, to think back then that we're at the stage now where they're turning into teenagers, and some of them are like mini grown men, and you've seen them develop as footballers and as young players and young people, so it's been great. great experience.
You're head coach of the 2010 group that won both the Under-12 Tom Kavanagh Cup and the Under-12 Herald Cup last year. Were you happy with the progress of the group this season?
Yeah, definitely. So we had a great year last year. Our Saturday team won the Under-12 Cup and also got to the All-Ireland semi-finals, and the Sunday team won their league and won the cup. This year we're really happy with the progress of the group. Again, we had two teams. We competed in the Under-13 DDSL Premier and Under-14 DDSL Premier, as well as the 13s, 14s Cup, and then the Under-13 SVI. So we had a really good year all round.
And starting out the season, what would you have been looking for most from the players this season?
I suppose the big difference from this season to last season was the move from 9-a-side to 11-a-side football. So the game becomes more real for the boys now. So a bit more tactical work to add to the technical work that we've been doing for the last year with the team. So it was good to see them to adapt to that really, really quickly and really well, and be able to compete a year up then as well at Under-14s.
Does the training and strength and conditioning programme for a group such as this age differ much, if at all, say from the League of Ireland Under-14 group?
Yeah, so our group would mainly be predominantly body weight exercises, so using their own weight through different ranges of motion. They also work on corrective exercises, so the boys are tested to see if they've any imbalances or weaknesses within their physical, for their physical development, and they give corrective programs, so they work on that a lot. And that will give them a good base then moving forward when they go 14s, 15s, and they start putting load through the joints and stuff like that. But at the moment it's mainly body weight exercises where the older boys will be starting to lift weights through the muscles and joints.
What is the plan going forward for the 2010 group?
So the 2010 group this year, it's more or less business as usual. We've kind of kicking off pre-season more or less straight away. The boys are at a tournament at the minute down in Waterford this week. An online tournament down in Waterford, and then we're training the next couple of weeks. We've games program planned then for July and August. A couple of trips planned for the boys as well as we get them prepared for National League next year on the 14s. And we've a trip to Portugal early November and also a trip to Finland towards the beginning of December.
So they won't play competitive football again until next March?
Yeah, I believe there might be another 13 National League mini-season from August to November. We're just waiting on confirmation on that, but that'd be non-competitive as such. But I think anyone who comes to watch any underage teams play, they know it's competitive to the kids, whether it's competitive on paper or not. So all matches are competitive to them.
Did you get any feedback from the players themselves after they paraded in front of the fans at the stadium during the half-time of the Dundalk game?
Yeah, they loved it. You can see from the pictures and the videos of them that were up that they really enjoyed it. They loved the atmosphere, and the feedback from the crowd was really, really good as well. So it's great to see that and see their achievements being recognised by the fans.
Winning the SFAI Under-13 All-Ireland Cup was a super achievement. Did the group do anything special afterwards?
So it was a great achievement. We're delighted for the boys. Last year we had two teams in Under-12s, the SFAI Under-12 tournament, and we actually knocked each other out on penalties in one round, and then we got beaten in the semi-finals. So technically we were knocked out of the competition twice last year, so to go and win it this year was really good for the group. Unfortunately the game was on quite late down in Tipperary on a Sunday evening, so we didn't have a lot of time to celebrate after, but we brought the boys for food on the way home, and they had a bit of a sing-song on the bus on the way home to celebrate, so they enjoyed it, which was great.